Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. How's everyone doing? Hopefully, you guys are all doing great. It is Saturday night here on the channel. We are live. If you're over on the other channel, Unfiltered, you can come over to the main channel, Titanium Built, if you'd like to chat with us in the chat, or you can hang out over there and we'll chat with you over there. But it's up to you guys which way you want to go there. Um, Let me turn that down a little bit. Okay. If you're new to the channel, welcome in. Welcome in. We do talk true crime daily here. If that's something that you're into and you appreciate tonight's case coverage, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, all the good things that we ask you to do, that we like for you to do. It helps us grow. So let's see, who do we have in the chat tonight? I saw we had some people in here. I saw Sirius got a membership. Checking in. Hey, Ladybug. Hey, Mary Beth. Welcome in. Hey, Kimberly. No, I don't know. I wish he was. Hey, Otto. If he's found, then that would be amazing. I hope. Hopefully, it's on this live. How's everybody doing? I saw Aries was in here. Lenora. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Doodlebug. Hey, welcome in. Just kind of highlight everyone's name. Hey, Ashley. How's everybody's weekend going? Happy 420. It is only one time a year. Hey, Steve. Welcome in. Hey, Cats Live. And then I saw Sirius, he got a membership. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Hey, Joanne. I appreciate that. Hey, Catherine. Welcome in. I know I say that so many times. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'll do like Jay Aller does. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I like that about him. I do like that. That's cute. I'm not going to lie. But he's like, come on in. It's like, okay, I'm sitting down. I'm coming on in. I don't watch his channel very often, but when I do catch something, that's usually what he's doing. And serious, I love your little picture there. That's really cute. Hey, DM. Hey, Margot. Hey, Wist. Hey, Cat K. So we're going to talk about Sebastian tonight. And as far as I know, there's nothing extremely new. I mean, there's like, some things here and there, but nothing that's like groundbreaking. So just want to let y'all know that. But we haven't covered this case since the 9th on this channel. It's been a while. So I thought we would cover some of the stuff that we, haven't covered before. We'll get caught up. But I just want to let you know, there's not a whole lot of, not a whole lot of updates in this case, which is really sad. Like, we're not getting anywhere. Yeah, come on in. Come on in. Hey, everyone. Yeah. He does that. It's funny. He's like, well, make sure to. But I do have the dispatch call if you guys haven't listened to that yet. And it looks like there's part 1 and then part 2. So let me see. I thought there was just 1. There is 2. So we can play them both if you guys would like to. Or we can play one tonight, one the next night. Don't matter to me. Whatever y'all want to do. But we can go over all of that stuff here. And let me go ahead and get up here to my Sebastian stuff. So we're going to cover Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case tonight. I like that name. And if you haven't been around lately, if you've been hiding under a rock or living under a rock, you haven't seen that this case is going completely bonkers. It's going to hell in a handbasket. I don't know about you guys, but everywhere I look, there's something different. Someone's saying, brand new updates or possible sighting or something. It's just like there's not and there isn't. So I'm going to try to get us some factual stuff out here, and I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I went down this rabbit hole today. Every time I open up a new window for Sebastian, it's like I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to find anything to talk about, and then it's like a rabbit hole, and then I have 15 things open. So we're just going to go down the little bit of the rabbit hole I found today. No kidnapping. I don't know. I really don't know. From the beginning, my thing was, I thought that maybe this was like a bully thing at the school. Like somehow, like maybe some kids had, coaxed him to come outside. Maybe they got him to go into a car. They were going to beat him up. Things got like just kind of went wrong. That's how I was thinking about it, in the beginning. Now I don't really know. I don't know. But I hope we find out soon because they don't have a scent. That's just like the only thing I don't know. Like he could have gotten a vehicle somewhere else. He could have gotten a vehicle, I guess, at home, but I really don't put myself there tonight. Don't really do that. Thank you. So, where are we gonna start? Where are we gonna start at? So, this is day 54, 55. I think it's actually 55, but I put 54 'cause I think the 25th or 26th is when he went, missing. But we have heard from the biological mother and the stepdad. We've heard, from the biological father, Seth. We've heard then comes in, Nina, which is one of Chris's exes, and then Seth's mom's come out. So, like, kinda back and forth here a little bit. But they've been coming out, they've been going on, like, interviews. Seth has done a crap ton of interviews. I don't know how many he's done in total, but he has done a lot of interviews. Now, I feel like he's slowed down recently, but maybe I just haven't seen them. Maybe you guys have seen more than I have, but, I haven't really seen a whole lot of interviews with him in a little while. I lost my I lost my lotion from my hands. That's okay though. I'll find it in a minute. But we've heard from everybody. So I wanted just to kind of see who was going to come out next. We haven't heard from the Proudfoots or, Katie's side, I guess. A lot of people are saying that, Cheryl, that they think that he never left the house. But he would have had to have left the house. The cops have checked the house like 4 or 5 times. They've checked her car. I know they've checked the house like 3 times or something they said, and then they checked the car twice, I believe they said. Now this is coming out of I believe this was Katie and Chris Proudfoot. This wasn't like on, an actual press conference or anything, but that's what I heard. But I don't think that he would be like in the house. I don't think he would be. I think that, they would have found him. They would have found him by now. But, you know, um, Harley Dilly, the case we've talked about before, the boy, the guy that he left his house, he went into a chimney, they think to go inside this like cabin and like hang out. And he got stuck in the chimney. And he was what, 8 years he was missing or something like that? It was a long time this guy was missing for before they found him in the chimney. In the chimney. Me too, Wisp. That's where I like my info from too, is the updates, the pressers. I know. I wish they'd give us one. I wish they would give us like something just to dispel a lot of the things that are going around because it's hard to combat all of this stuff. There's just so much coming out. Um, so all of these people, basically that came out, they came out to say, like, I feel like, in my humble opinion, to say what they're doing, what they're good at, what I feel like the case has gone away from Sebastian in a way, and it's now more focused on the parents and including creators, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all of them. I feel like Sebastian's kind of getting lost in the sauce. I don't like that. I mean, that's why we're all here. Exactly. Give us something. Yes, Steph P. Steph MP. I know. We need something. I mean, it's been what, 2 weeks? 3 weeks since they've given us an update? It's been a while. It's been a little while. But I think we all know who Sebastian is. But Wayne Drake Rogers, I love that name, of Henderson, Tennessee. He went missing on February 26th. We all know that. But he was last seen at his home, and he was last seen wearing a black long sleeve t-shirt, kind of like material long sleeve shirt, and a pair of like Adidas type pants, with the stripe down the side. They wanted everybody, and they still want everybody that lives in the area, to check underneath stuff on their property, anywhere that a child would hide. You never know. Um, it's been, like I said, though, 54, 55 days. We haven't heard anything. They haven't said that they said it's an investigation, but they haven't moved it towards like anything like a criminal investigation, I feel like. And if they haven't really told us as of right now. Um, I still feel like maybe he left the house and got into like a vehicle on his own free will. I feel like if the mother, like if Katie did something, like why would she bring up the shoes? Like, why wouldn't she just, like, get rid of a pair of shoes or just don't even get rid of a pair of shoes, just say, "He's missing a pair of shoes." That's the part I don't get. Like, there's some things I just, like, I question, I highly question, and I'm like, "Well, why would they do that then?" But then if, on the flip side of that, if Seth was such a bad guy, why was Katie gonna let him have full custody of him? We don't know? So I figured tonight basically we'll read over this article that I found about Sebastian. It kind of covers like the case in general. The newest interview that Katie Proudfoot did, it's a few minutes long. And then we will go over that dispatch call and we'll get more familiar with some polygraph maybe if we have time. I'm not going to keep you guys here too long tonight. So we'll see how far we get. And then we'll always just save it for like, round 2 or something. Yeah, you would think, Barbie, they'd have a few pairs of shoes. Like, you would think she wouldn't really need to say anything. Unless she somehow, I mean, I don't know. This is just me. Somehow Chris walked in, and was like, "Why are all of his shoes here?" And then she was like, "Oh, yeah, he didn't go without shoes." I mean, but I don't think that she had anything to do with it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who has or who did it or if anyone did. But I do think I don't know if they've checked, like, if they've rechecked those initial 5 miles that they searched out, but I feel like just maybe they need to recheck. I don't know, because it doesn't seem like he would get that far out if he was walking, if he was on his own. That's a far walk. I don't know how long it would take to walk 5 miles, but I'm assuming it'd take a little bit of time barefoot. I'm assuming. Harvey Dilly, not Harley Dilly. I said Harley Dilly. He's only missing for 1 month? I thought it was years. Who was the guy? There was some guy missing for years, and he was somewhere like that. And, like, it wasn't a chimney then, apparently. I'm getting mixing the cases up, but yeah, Harley Dilly. He was only missing for a month? I'm thinking of the kid that was across the street. What was that case? He was right across in White House. I don't know. Yeah, Barbie, but I think that someone said that a neighbor saw him skipping, but I don't know what day that would have been on. I thought I heard that, though, in passing. Hey, spilled beans. Oh, your son had a first game. What was he playing? Like, I'm going back up in the chat. I'm like, what are they playing? Let me know. Oh, oh wow. Of course, sing the anthem. That's cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. Um, so let me go ahead and pull up something here for us to look at. Oh yeah, I have everything up here. Okay. So I'm going to read over this article. It's not too long. This is part 1. So part 2 hasn't come out yet. It's not very long, but it gives us a little bit of everything, like, within the case. Now, it's not going to go over too much of the interviews, but it does go over, everything else. Now, I'm wondering, I want to know how many interviews they've all done. Oh, I can at the end of the live. Yeah, maybe we don't do it at the end of the live. But it says Sebastian Rogers, part 1. And since I'm on the screen, I might not be able to see the chat that much, but I'll try to keep my I want it over here. Let me just put it up there. Okay. And thank you guys again for being here. I do appreciate it so much. I do appreciate it. Thanks, Sam. We are pretty nice. I'm not even in the chat like I'm taking credit for everyone being nice in the chat. If you guys don't mind, as I read over this article, if you do appreciate the coverage, don't forget to hit the like button. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, we'd love to have you. And we are going to be doing some giveaways this next coming weekend. So be on the lookout for that. And we might just do one throughout the week and then one on the weekend. We have one for each channel. So because you guys have done your part, I got to do mine. But it says here, how can a 15-year-old with autism suddenly vanish? And now I will say, I try not to even say like that he has autism. I feel like everybody puts that after Sebastian Rogers, 15, autism. I don't know. That's not all he is, So I've been trying not to say that as much. But on Monday, February 26th, Katie Proudfoot tried to wake her son, Sebastian, but her son was nowhere to be found. She searched his room, the backyard, and even a few blocks from her house. Sorry, guys, I gotta get this. But nowhere could the 15-year-old autistic boy be found, and there were no visible signs that he had run away. All that was left were his shoes, and he reportedly took a small flashlight with him when he disappeared. Now, I'm just curious how many pairs of shoes the kid had. Um, Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I own more shoes than I could probably count. What shoes do I wear the most? My Birkenstocks every time. I'll grab them things every time. So I'm wondering if there was a certain if he did only have a couple pairs of shoes because of like the sensory and stuff. Do you know? This is the channel where all the cool kids hang. Squeaky, welcome in. You found us. And then the small flashlight, we've heard now that it was like a keychain flashlight. Now I'm wondering if it's like one of those ones where you have to like hold it and it'll keep the light on. Those are old school, but it might have been. Just reading the first paragraph, a few things already come in mind. Reading about Sebastian, his case has directly made a link with a 13-year-old Florida girl named Madeline Soto, who also went missing on the exact date Sebastian was missing. But even though Madeline was found several miles away and her cause of death was an act of domestic violence by presumably her stepfather, Stephen Stearns, there are several factors that we can add besides only the date. These are the similarities, and it goes over some. Parents who are divorced, mothers have a new boyfriend slash husband, both appeared on TV for an interview. Well, there's now these similarities do not necessarily mean anything, but there seems to be a pattern between missing or runaway children that tend to have the same family issues. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office has released little about Sebastian's case, but confirmed that there are no active sightings of Sebastian. And then this like first box is just the area and where he disappeared, obviously the red dot says parents' house. We've looked over the parents' home too, and it'll be in this article. It'll actually be in the article, the Zillow listing. I have a lot of shoes. I have a lot of shoes too. I don't wear any of them. I need to get rid of them, but I keep saying I'm gonna wear them. They're really nice though. They're extremely nice. I don't want to get rid of them. So this is the next chart is going to be the temperature that the night, the morning of, the night and the morning of the Sebastian went missing. So it just says now let's get some more data in order to get more nuance look at the case, a more nuanced look at the case. And so it's saying here that it was at 3 a.m. or a little before 3, I guess. It was like 55 degrees. So it wouldn't have been that cold, 55. Now, I would still wear shoes in 55. I would never not wear shoes. But that's sensory thing, and he might have the same problem. Although you can't get rid of the nice shoes because you can never find nice shoes that fit you good. But it looks like that. I mean, it peaked at like 75. Like, that's a pretty nice day. And then the wind chill is at the bottom there. Now that I'm not sure, not sure how to read that, but I can just see the red. So basically, it was like a little bit warmer than a lot of people thought before. I think people thought it was like in the 20s that night, but it was more like in the 50s. So would you guys wear shoes in the 50s? I don't know. I'd still be wanting to put my shoes on. Doodlebug, that's so funny. I'm gonna grab my drink. That's funny, Doodlebug. Shoes never made me feel fat, no matter how big or small I was. Isn't that the truth? I was grabbing my drink. Sorry about that. Well, I heard that, you know, they come back around. Some certain shoes come back around, so I'm just waiting on it. No, mine are still pretty trendy, but uh, okay. So I'll go back to this. And then it says, so by knowing this data, how likely is it that a 15-year-old walked a large distance? Hell, if I walk half a mile, half a day with slippers on, the blisters are uncanny. So when this search first started, my bet would have been 1.5 to 2 miles due to the circumstance that Sebastian was barefoot. Now, I'm not sure if this was a rumor or actual fact, but if Sebastian is indeed autistic, it would be interesting to know what kind. I guess what level? I don't know. I don't like that word, like what kind. And then this just gives like the 5-mile radius. Now look at all the trees. Look at all of the, oh man, there's just so much greenery. Like, do you think they should check it again? Do you guys think, I mean, I don't think there's any harm. and going back through and checking again, just checking over some things. Doc Martens will never cost out. They came back in. They're still in. I'd wear them. So the reason why I'm interested in to make an approximation based on the available data, thus meaning knowing what kind of autism Sebastian had on the spectrum could help us make a prediction on where Sebastian would have gone. And I don't know if you guys remember in the Chelsea Grim case, we talked to SF Investigates a lot, and he was telling us just different things about, searching and, searching for missing people and things of that nature. And he was like saying that he has like there's a software out there that he uses, and he can put in like all this data, and it'll help him get a location on where to kind of like search and like a guesstimate, I think. And then they have to use a little bit of their brain and stuff, of course, to get the more of an approximation, but I think it helps them out. So I don't know. I know that there's also software that will pick up like actual people like walking. I remember seeing that on his Twitter. Like it'll show like a person, it'll show them like walking. And it's not like heat censored. It's not like that heat stuff. It's just like literally someone walking. So I'm wondering if they could bring in some sort of like that kind of technology for this case if they didn't already, which I'm sure they probably did, but I don't know if you'd be able to even see it through the wood line if like it's really thick trees like that. You might not be able to get like a drone or anything down like that to even take a picture. Jellies, them things hurt my feet. My mom was mean for doing that to me. I wore them. So, it says I worked with clients who have autism and runaway protocols and had runaway protocols, and they would always go to familiar places, but also the institute was residing in the middle of suburban neighborhood, and residents would call us all the time that they saw our clients walk outside the facility. I wonder if they've checked around. I mean, I'm sure they have. But do you think they've checked around like Seth's property? Like, let's say Sebastian did get out. Like he got out, he left, he walked out on his own. Do you think that it says right here they would go to a familiar place? He only knew how to get to the malt shop and to his dad's. Do you think he would have tried? And I don't know why how the smell would, disappear, but do you think he would have tried to walk to his dad's? Like made that walk? Maybe he got like, I mean, who knows? I don't know how far his dad lives. I forget. But I wonder if he would be able to walk it. And I wonder if they, searched around there. I'm just curious. I'm sure they have, but that's a good question to ask. But since there's no indication or sightings of Sebastian in the remote area he lived in, then how likely is it that Sebastian left on foot? Do we truly believe, with all the available data on the weather, the radius that he walked so far barefoot in the middle of the night without a runaway bag? I therefore cannot help but speculate that foul play might be involved and have a gut feeling this might be a possible abduction. This is all speculation from them, Hopefully this case will come to a resolution and Sebastian is live and well. But as we hear little to no updates with the search party shrinking instead of expanding, the search efforts also indicate Sebastian could not have gone far. And we know we don't know how far he could have gotten. We don't know if he was in a car. We don't know if he was walking on foot. We don't know if he left. We don't know if he stayed. We just don't really know. Oh, he knows how to get to the school. Yeah. Yeah, Carl. You're right. So, I mean, I would think he would be walking one of those places. Do you think he would walk to the school, though? Did he like school like that? I mean, he did look like he liked school. I mean, he was always smiling, but it would be a familiar place. Now, still wondering about that construction site. I'm wondering if they need to, like, I don't know, just check it again, check everything again. Just check everything again. Because apparently what they're doing now isn't working. Like we need to maybe bring it back in. So people are going out there just searching wherever. YouTubers are getting mad because they have to give info to the search parties or the people conducting the searches. It's been kind of like a free for all, really. I haven't seen stuff like this case in a while. Like I saw something earlier. What did I see earlier? And I told Vince, I was like, what the heck? I don't know, we're gonna definitely come across it, whatever I saw, whatever I heard, because it, like, blew my mind. I was like, "What?" Now I'm, like, curious to know what that was. I don't even know what it was, and I'll have to ask him, but it was something good, so we'll find it. Um, it says, "Officers have been through in their neighborhood video canvas, but none of them had any signs of Sebastian." And that's another, like, kind of weird thing, like, nobody had a camera facing towards the road, sidewalk, off of their garage. I mean, I guess people could just maybe they don't have the Ring cameras, but, I mean, everybody has, like, every other house has a Ring camera, I feel like. I wonder how many people in a neighborhood have a Ring camera. I'd say at least a handful, but if they don't have it to where they back it up, if they don't have that data, like, if they don't pay the monthly bill, like, the monthly payment, you don't get your video saved. So, you have, like, or you get so much data. I don't know how it really works. I just know that we have one and, we have to pay for it each month to get the data saved. Like, so it could have recorded something and then it was so many days after that, to where they couldn't go back. But yeah, I find it odd too that there's no cameras. I mean, that neighborhood's extremely nice. You're very right. You're right, Otto. It's a very nice neighborhood. You would think those houses would be, you know, protected a little more. I know that my little apartment is protected. Like, we got cameras here. I mean, just don't come and take me. You can have whatever you want. Um, so the question still is, where does Sebastian go? And that's still our question right now today. The obvious conclusion is that he did not take the main roads where cameras are located, but avoiding all of them in a fancy neighborhood like this seems highly unlikely. However, this gives us new data for at least knowing what roads he did not take that we can use as a process of elimination for possible other search perimeters. But once again, why is the search not expanding? There must be a reason. If there is no indication to expand, if a car was involved, it surely would have been caught during the timeline Sebastian went missing. The house near/in was searched at least several times, but if Sebastian was not caught on any cameras near his home and alleged footage of two light sources in the backyard are the only signs, would the implication then not be simple? And we now know that you know, flashlights weren't him. And I don't think a little flashlight could produce that much light anyway. The little, like, handheld ones. So no cameras, no visible signs of abduction. Then he must have gone up or down or simply never left. Now, he's had to have left the house. The officers, like, if they've checked it several times, I'm sure they would know if there's something new in there, new carpet, new flooring, fresh dirt in the backyard. I'm sure they checked, if there's fireplaces or anything like that, basements, furnaces, um, you know, crawl spaces, attics. I'm sure the officers checked everything. I don't know. So, let me go ahead and get these down. And then this is part 2. I was trying to find part 1 again. So that way we could hear it all. Maybe there's just, I thought there was part 1. Okay. And I'm gonna drop this person's, like, YouTube in the chat too. Because I didn't get a chance to listen to these, and I didn't even realize that they had come out. And I was like, "Oh, where have I been? Under a rock?" Probably so. That's where I've been because we haven't covered this case in 2 weeks or more, so it's been a little while. Um, Let me find that stinking page. Here we go. So let me go ahead and let me go back and get this person's, YouTube page. It's called Happy Current Creations. It's called Missing in Plain Sight. Um, and this is gonna be the, YouTube page. And thank you guys again for being here. Yeah, teen missing a couple. Yeah, I wouldn't think that would be considered really an emergency. I mean, I hate to say it, but they usually will like kind of hold out for a little while, you know? Like maybe it's a runaway, maybe somebody left on their own, maybe somebody I don't know, they just never really think of like this is nefarious. I think they always think, "Oh, he just left on his own, he'll be back." Maybe it's because of Sebastian having autism that made them like more alert that he wouldn't have maybe left on his own, but I don't know. Hey, Judy. Hey, welcome in, everyone. Okay, so this is gonna be the dispatch call, and I believe it has transcript, he said. So if not, I'll put the, closed captioning on for you guys. And, this person's channel is called Missing in Plain Sight, and I'm gonna drop the link in the chat again for them and for us and for you guys. They do have a lot of stuff, it looks like, of Sebastian on there. Like, not a lot, but, like, just different little things, like, stuff that we've kind of looked at before, but yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna play this, and then we'll go through this one, and then we'll see where we're at after that. Let me see if I can play
47
this.
and 184. 184, long haul site, 360. Heading missing juvenile, 1008 Stafford Court, 1008 Stafford Court, Hendersonville. Caller advised this morning they woke up and their 15-year-old male was not in the bed. We had a white male, 3 blonde hair, approximately 5 foot, 120 pounds. I was going to be wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants. Juvenile does have a form of autism. This is the first time it happened. I was going to be in the home before midnight. All the doors are locked at this time. 10-4 minute. Hello, Central. 12, go ahead. I say you now. He's not clear verbal warning. Got it, I had clear verbal. 47, Central. 47, go ahead. Yes, if I see juvenile has a phone. So then I asked the call taker to ask if the juvenile has a phone. Great. Central to 68. I am Mrs. Fire Call.
Good.
Good God, they sound like a jumbled mess.
Caller very back of truck is on fire. We'll be around the side of the road. Caller's no longer answering call taker's questions. Central
It was
to
after this.
47
I was like
184
flipping
12.
through.
Juvenile left his son at the house. The mother is driving around looking for him in the Victoria Place subdivision, and she is driving a baby blue Infiniti. 47 to 12. Get there and see what's going on. Do our own searches of residence. We'll go from there. 184. Here goes a bookie 02197. 02197. And the call 634. Sure.
So basically, he was going to go out there to do like a canvas and just, do like a double check of the house.
When you get a chance, can you call all of the local hospitals just to make sure he's on one of those? That's right. 68 Central on Plain. 45. 12. Good, cool. I took personal medical center ER, Sumner Station ER, Sumner Regional ER, and Skyline, all clear of the juvenile. So I do have a 911 hang-up is pending at 132 Hollywood Boulevard, Zone 1. There is no call history, and they've attempted language line with no connection. Do you want me to clear it? Number Central, you clear.
68 Central, K9's on the ground.
Copy, K9 on the ground.
Hey, Jenkins, he's on trail.
63 Central. 837?
I'll be 10-6 at Kara. Well, we're going north on Stafford.
47. Code Red has them on. That is the Code Red has them on. That is the window of an animal farm near Happy Hollow, Center Point area.
What would be considered a code red? Missing?
Go ahead.
Let me look.
Next big track back up, going into the construction site over here back towards the beach.
People on behind you. It's awful muddy. Do you see any footprints, anything? You shouldn't have any shoes on.
Negative, this is all dry, hard packed.
Out of Stafford Court.
LT, we're now headed back south towards the cemetery on the far end of the construction site. So, boy, I can see it. I do have some footprints over here.
Right there where you're standing?
Yeah, leading right over here to the retaining pond.
No shoes, just footprints?
The shoes that Max went straight into the pond. He literally dove into it.
Hold on, I
Well,
think
do
I
you may
found
want you
something
direct?
about the code red. It says it's used to contact Hendersonville residents and businesses for weather warnings, emergencies, and general updates. I don't know if it's for like a overall like if they would, put him into that, be like into a code red, but it says it's used in Hendersonville. Now, I don't know if it's for like just strictly weather related things or if it's like now if they've added on like Amber alerts and stuff. Let me know if you guys have seen that ever on TV. If they've like ever put an Amber alert on the TV. Like, flashed it.
Hey, repeat that, Rice. Let me make sure he... Max led me straight
We're
to the
kept it
retaining
for
pond.
broadcast.
Over behind Willow Boulevard, he dove right into the water.
Yeah, do you see any prints around it?
There's a few footprints in some of the softer dirt headed straight this way on the track that he was running.
Truck 47, what kind of shoes does he wear?
Size 10, 25 central. That's two
It's a big feet,
staggered
size 10 for 15
Go
year
ahead.
old.
Do we have a picture yet?
That's simple.
Can you send it to me, please?
22 central, yeah. Staggered. Court call. Where the rear ramp is, where the trees are, 25 feet maybe out in toward the middle. 2D may 1. 2D may 1. Hey guys, the construction zone, there's another pond. There's somebody standing in the woods. It looks like a person. It is a person, we know, but there's another pond. He's standing back there by himself. Past the construction zone in the same area back there.
Is that to the north of us?
Yeah, the north end of it, yeah. Where they're working on the machinery at, go straight back. There's another pond back there, but there's a person in the woods by that pond.
They're saying there's a
Past the house
person
on the
in
other
the
side of the
woods back by the pond.
tree line. Going back toward the beach or going on the back side? Yeah, on the back side, and he's not moving. He's just standing there by himself in the woods.
It's Hendersonville 517. I'm on the northeast corner in the cemetery across the tree line. Am I close?
No, the back side. Nikki, if you can, do you have anybody there with you that can drop a what 3 words location? Stand by. Let me see if I can find it on my map. I got my drone grounded for the moment, and I'll see if I can do it. Target's over. 1 of the 2. I'm in my truck going up the corner. Can you see us?
Lance, hold up. I'm going to jump in with you.
2, there's 4 of us on foot coming across the yard, start directions. 19's on the same. Everybody's on the ATV right there in that field, driving straight to the woods. Straight in, straight in. Keep going like you're going. Keep going. Go left, go left. Just come back, you passed it. Look at this forest on foot on the other side. Pick us up and tell us which way to go. Yeah, we only have one drone. We don't want to get off the target, and we got somebody close to it. All right, somebody's walking straight to it right there. So walk. There's 2 people right there. Walk like you're going. Walk like you're going straight. Into the woods, You should be about 15 foot from it.
What's the child's first name?
She'll be all over it, whatever it is right there. The 2 people walking the woods. It's a mannequin. Sorry, guys. Look just like a person from
What was it?
over it, whatever it is right there. The 2 people walking the woods. It's a mannequin.
It's a mannequin. Why the hell would a mannequin be out there? Why would by the cemetery, he was saying, on the backside of the wood line? A freaking mannequin? What the? Okay, you know what I mean? I've got 3 of them in my closet right now, but they're not outside. just chilling. That's weird. Y'all, I used to live in this town where this person used to set a mannequin outside their house and they would dress it in different clothes. What? Sometime he was like Barbie Ken, like, or Barbie and Ken, like the Ken doll. He was a guy. So he's like wearing his little like shorts and his like stomach was hanging out and he's a mannequin. Just a mannequin. What? Why?
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys.
Look just like a person from the air.
I mean, I would think that
Who's
too.
the 66?
He said they're not moving. No, he did say that. It's not funny, but it is. Because he's like, they're just standing there. They're not moving. Well, we know now why. But who put the damn mannequin there?
Who's the 66? What's the name of the child that we're looking for?
First name is Sebastian.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
First name is Sebastian.
Simple. We have a last known physical description, height, clothing.
Last clothing description was black sweatpants with a white stripe, black long sleeve t-shirt with a print.
Simple.
Okay, so right there, she didn't change her story. Katie didn't change her story. She's telling the cops right here, black long sleeve t-shirt, black and white pants. But I don't want to say anything out of like I don't want to say anything wrong, but I thought that somebody had like maybe it was Seth that come out and said that that wasn't what he was wearing, that this was what he was wearing. Now I can't be for sure, or maybe she changed it in the second interview and she said that instead of the black hoodie. I'm not really for sure because there's so many interviews I need to not listen to them, and I don't normally anymore. But I thought I remembered one of them saying that. Like they had first said that he was wearing a sweatshirt, maybe that was Katie, and then she came out. She's like, no, it was actually like a long sleeve like t-shirt. Which I mean, that's an easy mistake. Really, it is. I mean, I'm not going to pick on anybody about that.
Central back to service. Nikki, how many drones do y'all have up?
Because I mean, he could have threw a sweatshirt on. Let's say he had the long sleeve black t-shirt on, but he was in bed and he was cold or something, and he put the sweatshirt on. Or let's say he knew he was going out, so he put the sweatshirt on.
One at the moment. I've got mine grounded so I can get Sartopo up. I'll be back in the area momentarily.
10-4. Central on scene. Put 2 out here with me. Bryce, call me, please.
Timbo,
Who's at the residence?
I just got back here.
10-4. Has anybody been there since the initial?
There's a whole bunch of people here now.
The long house?
12 to 55. 12 to 55.
Yes, sir.
Can you help me listen to the radio on the north end until we wrap this up, please?
Yes, sir.
Brandon, you've got
Never mind.
Hendersonville Mountain Patrol coming up there, and Joe's sending some more cars if y'all want. If we can start from the beginning in the original house and set up a new plan up there. 10-4, that's what we're doing now, sir. Thank you.
63 Central clear, false call. All you as a neighbor advised that he's found the child under his son's car, which is across the street, 2 doors up. So be sure and search under cars and under things.
Go ahead. Who do you want to go with this other canine search and rescue? 10-4.
Eric McKinnon, HFG down here at the end of the road. I'm going to direct him to the phone. 12.
Go ahead.
I just talked to the GC of the construction back here. He's going to start getting the word out to all his crews that are out here working.
10-4, thank you.
He's going to have them check all their current under construction sites that they're working on and then report back.
10-4. Is associated with 1008 staff report. Supposed to be coming back to the 1008 staff report so we can get a game plan and reconvene. Hey, Target, can you put a drone right over top of this trash can, this dumpster, see if there's anything in it? 12. All the buildings up here are clear. 10-4. We'll come back to 1008. We're going to put people in groups.
Looks like they're checking like garbage cans
Yeah.
and stuff, which is a good idea.
16 Central. In service with East West.
12 Central. 16 will be Patrol Supervisor. I'll be Team Commander at 1008.
Central 47 and 184.
That was quick, wasn't it? Like they was like, I thought we had a little bit more time than that. Okay, so this is the page I found it off of, and I put a link in the chat a few different times, and I'll put it in there again. They have different little like different videos. They're very short videos, not a real large channel. I mean, they got this video, which was really awesome. I mean, because I've never heard the dispatch before. But it's been out there for a minute. Like they've had this out there for like 2 weeks. I'm like, what? Which we haven't been over this case in probably about that amount of time. So maybe that's why. This is the second part of the dispatch call. So basically, it's just kind of going through what they were doing in the, right in the beginning of the investigation that first day. Like the officers are checking for like surveillance, got the dog out, they're trying to find his scent, things of that nature. So this is the second part of that. And I'm going to put their info in the chat again. Now, this one is going to be 9 minutes. How long was the other one? 10:31. Okay. So this should be definitely a different one. I didn't get to listen to the second one.
Units on scene at 1008 Stafford Court.
Yeah.
We've had a caller call in, advised in approximately 5 to 6 minutes ago. He saw 2 juveniles, one in a black sweatshirt and one female with a backpack on, between Long Hollow Church and Somerset Downs. The male was wearing a black hoodie. Direction of travel was towards Gallatin. Caller states that the additional juvenile shorter than the male with long hair wearing a brown backpack.
16 steps. 26 Central in the area there. Don't check it. 4 to 12. I got check it out, but one of our UMA guys rode through there just a bit earlier reported. Not sure it was them, but this one in a black hoodie had long hair. 4 to come in. Go ahead, 4, Captain. I'll be out with those juveniles. Could you give me the description again? 188. Van 184 is going to send you a picture.
10-4. 184. I'll be in the area. Go ahead and send that to me as well.
It's 23 to 188.
Central.
Okay.
You send out a code red for 1008 Stafford.
Code red was sent out at 0745 this morning.
2-4. We will send that in good. Can we retry that, please?
6-3 Central Deal 1 6. Go ahead, sir.
Can you come to 1008 Stafford, please?
3-4.
Did you get the picture? I sent it to you.
I did.
10-4. 63. Margaret Rangel is clear in CIC through name, date of birth only. I don't have a social.
You're right. I'll be clear with an assist.
12 188.
Go ahead, sir.
Can you come to 1008 Stafford, please?
188. Did you get the picture? I sent it to you.
I did.
10-4.
You're right. I'll be clear with an assist.
12 to any units that are going to be assisting with 1008. Please come to 1008 Stafford Court now, please.
4 Central. Escorting one white female juvenile, one male juvenile to Beach High School. My age is 57 through 55.
4 of your boys are still up. 26 Central, I'll clear 4. I'm still in the area.
Did you copy my traffic? 4 Central. Beach High School, 57 through 56.
You copy, sir.
Central. Moving history is this address.
Beginning of Kelly Lane 1000. We're going to work our way north up Kelly Lane. Take one side of the road, we'll take the other since y'all started there. That's fine. I'll get these 2 houses right here, and we'll take the right side. The white Ford truck, that's the Hendersonville officer's house that's with me.
On the corner?
No, that house hasn't been checked. The next house up from it, you'll see the white Ford in the driveway.
12 Central.
Okay.
We log a neighborhood Facebook page. Post was made. 1023 checked. No motion on camera.
I'll be clear, we're in one.
Token branch. Male with sandy blonde hair, with a bag wrapped around his head. Chest stated he had on a reflective jacket. Approximately 2 hours ago.
12-2-16. Do you have somebody that can respond to that?
10-4. I was out with that subject last night. Blonde with a reflective jacket. He's in his 20s.
3-12.
Go ahead, 3.
You know, if anybody checked this 139 Will Bend straight across from the retention pond, about the camera.
I'm not sure if anybody did service.
30 command. 139 Will Bend has a camera, but nobody's answering the door. 40 command.
Go ahead, 4.
He had some ties at White House High School, and every time he got in trouble, he wanted to go back to White House, so I notified White House PD, and we're notifying the 30 command. Were you direct on 139 Willow Bend?
This way, the camera is correct.
That's 10-4. Nobody's answering.
What'd they say about the school? Something about he might like to go back there. I was just going to rewind it back a little bit. I heard something.
There's a camera, but nobody's answering the door.
Okay, so they found a camera, but no
40
one's answering.
command.
Go ahead, 4.
He had some ties at White House High School, and every time he got in trouble, he wanted to go back to White House, so I notified White House PD, and we're notifying the 30 command. Were you direct?
So I guess he did want to go back to the school. Wow. Oh yeah, Poppy and Ari. Thanks, guys.
On 139 Willow Bend.
This way, the camera is correct.
That's 10-4. Nobody's answering. Nobody's home. Sumner,
16 to command.
Go ahead.
Regarding the miscellaneous matter of record pending, cleared and authorized court.
Central to Sumner 8. I am unable to find anything in RMS regarding the registered owners. I'm still looking online at this time. Transit units that are at staff report. When you check a residence, please give me the numeric and unit numbers that have checked it and whether or not you made contact with anybody.
68 and 6 minutes.
Go ahead.
Made contact with 1000 Killing Lane. He checked all of his cameras. Nothing was on. No answer at 102 or 103 Killing Lane. 105 answer, hasn't seen nothing on ring doorbell.
This one you're saying 102, is it 1002 or is it 102?
1002, I'm sorry.
can you advise if he has a light purple hoodie with Homer something on the phone?
Did you ask if he had a light purple hoodie?
Yeah, can you just, I don't know if the parents will know, but just find out if he owns a light purple hoodie with Homer something on the phone.
10-4. Anybody that does a residence, can they ask the parents?
Mom doesn't advise if she can recall one.
So
10-4.
they were asking about a zip up, I guess. What is that cartoon now? The Simpsons, like a character off The Simpsons on a sweater, a zip up. Man, they're finding a lot of things in that area. Glasses, even glasses, remember? But it was woman's glasses or something. Oh, I'm not a snake person either, Barbie. He was
make sure that this is
way more braver than I was.
Also, they were at Striking Square last night, just bowling at some games. Can you have a unit go there and just go around and make sure that he hasn't returned there? Make sure he didn't want to continue his day.
47 to command.
47.
'68 and Hendersonville 517. I mean,
What was your traffic?
517 Hendersonville is with me. 1006, no contact. 1008, made contact. Haven't seen anything. 1010, contact. They haven't seen anything either. Nothing on ring doorbell.
47 to command.
47.
We're both ring cameras over and on its own. Determine the size of the spot.
Wait for him to get it all put up. Command the units on staff. I'm going to the command post. If you say anything, I'll be out of pocket for just a few seconds.
63 Central. I'll be at Sumner Regional. We're leaving 61.
22 to command. $1,012 Killing Lane through 22 command.
22.
The lady at 1032 Killing runs the neighborhood Facebook page, and she's updating it to request people to look in their crawl spaces and hidden areas.
10-4.
Fine. Go ahead. Hey, on at 1017 Killing Lane, did y'all happen to check the crawl space? I will have to check my list, but if it wasn't locked from the outside, it was checked.
47 to command.
47.
Effort. They are reviewing their camera footage right now.
Well, are you guys giving them numbers to call if they find anything?
Wonder if he could be in a neighbor's crawl space or something. I don't know why he would go in there, but I mean, I'm just putting it out there. I wonder if they've checked every crawl space, because those crawl spaces can be kind of big on the inside. Or, you know what I mean? They're underneath your house, but I know when my parents, their house, you could almost stand up in it.
Several. 184 still with him right now.
10-4. Go ahead.
Need some check contact and they cameras checked. No, that's not.
184, you're low volume. I got cameras checked.
It was 1018. They checked the cameras. No contact.
10-4.
I'm going to walk through the cemetery just to the west of Beach High School. I'll be out at St. John Missionary, 85. Check wall on foot.
A young man.
They're so quick to change that, aren't they? Like, man, give a girl a minute. Give a girl a minute. Okay, so we're already an hour in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this newer article with you guys. I don't want to keep you here, all night or anything. But and then the rest of the stuff that I've got, we'll just kind of go through them, in our lives coming up, because obviously we haven't gotten a conclusion of this case yet, and I don't know when we're going to really get one. I'm hoping right tonight while we're on the live, that'd be fantastic. It's happened before when we got off the live. What live was that? Charlotte Cena, maybe? It was I forget who exactly it was, but it was we got off the live 20 minutes later, they found somebody. I was like, what? I gotta get back on my live. So I'm gonna read this article because Sebastian's father, apparently Seth, has hired 2 private investigators. Now, at one point I thought I heard 4 private investigators, but this article is saying 2. So now I don't know how much a private investigator is, but I'm assuming that they're pretty expensive. Now, I'm wondering how you can afford 2. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not saying anything, but that's just like crazy, isn't it? You would get 2 of them. Wouldn't you just get 1 that you can like rely on and trust? Maybe there's 2. I think it was Charlotte Cena too. I think Otto. I think you're right. I think we're both right. Oh yeah, you're right, CJK. The odor, yeah, you're right. Because it's not cold out there. But this article is from the other day, so it says 51 days, but it's really been like 54 today, I believe, or 55. But since 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers went missing from Sumner County, the Sumner County Sheriff's Office has said they found no viable leads to finding the boy with autism so far. I know they put the autism there to like maybe make it more like heightened, but I think we've all heard it enough. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like I feel some type of way. Sebastian's father, Seth Rogers, is now making a public call for the FBI to take over the case and investigate it as a criminal matter. He set up an online petition that has more than 12,000 signatures. Now, I don't think he started the online petition. I think that T-Rev maybe started it, but now the father isn't involved with it or whatever. But that's what I think. I think it was something like that. I don't know if it was him for sure, but I'm thinking like a creator. I'm thinking it was him though, in particular. I think that he was kind of the one that did the online petition. But it has 12,000 signatures, and it's asking the FBI to take over the case. Well, when the FBI gives out their resources, like when they come in there, helping with the case, they give out all of their labs. They give all of that for the state, for the local agencies to use if they want to use those federal, DNA labs and stuff like that. So they have all of the resources of the FBI, and the FBI is helping them. So, I mean, it's not going to go to a federal level unless it's a federal case. Do you know what I mean? So that's just my opinion. But Rogers wrote, it says, we want the FBI to take over the investigation of the case of missing Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers from Sumner County Sheriff's Office. It has been 50 days since Sebastian has gone missing. So is this just done yesterday? No scent trail from dogs, no video footage of Sebastian leaving his mother's house. Oh, it was the other day. Yeah, no criminal investigation at all by the TBI or Sumner County Sheriff's Office. What if they did a criminal investigation and they started looking at different ways? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. They don't need, I mean, if they don't feel like it's not a criminal matter yet, then they don't need to open up a criminal investigation. They are investigating it. Investigation means investigation. Wherever it leads them, it leads them. You know what I mean? I don't understand that really. Rogers also told Fox 17 News that he's hired 2 licensed private investigators who met with Sumner County Sheriff Roy Sonny Weatherford yesterday. One of the licensed investigators has been working the case since Sebastian's disappearance. Obviously, no, not since the day of, but Rogers recently brought in a second licensed professional for added help. Man, that's a lot. I wonder what they're finding out. I respect and have faith in the procedure, but having faith and respect for someone is different. Okay, I read that kind of wrong. So he said, I respect and have faith in the procedure, but having faith and respect for somebody is different. Is he talking about the cops? That's when he was asked why he hired his own investigators. So is he's pretty much saying like, because the police are just shitty? I mean, because those are the people that are looking for your kid, I'm just saying. Hey, patriotism. Hey, Mystic. No, I didn't put that one. I usually don't I try not to play like too many critters. I played that call, but that's only because that was that call. But I normally don't play other videos. I try not to anyway. Now, this one says the Sumner County Chief Deputy Eric Craddock has said previously there has been no evidence of foul play, but nothing has been ruled out. So right there, no evidence of foul play, but nothing is being ruled out. Volunteers continue to help Rogers search for his son privately outside the 5-mile radius initially canvassed by the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, TBI, and trained crews from around the state the week after Sebastian went missing. The investigators recanvassed that area earlier this month. Rogers said anyone who wishes to help can print Sebastian's flyer at Staples for free and help post it around the area and beyond. Why is Staples doing that? Is Staples printing them off for free? Does anyone know? You can go to any Staples and that's so weird. The last 6 weeks have been devastating, traumatic, and frustrating experience for Rogers since his son disappeared. He has taken off work to search for Sebastian nearly every day. Sebastian is believed to have walked off from his home in the Shackle Island community of Sumner County, Sumner County, in the middle of the night. On February 25th, according to his mother and stepfather, Katie and Chris Proudfoot. TBI spokesperson said there is no additional information, no additional updates. So, and that was Tuesday. Man, they're just not going to give us nothing. But maybe, they're not giving us something because they're doing something. Wouldn't be the first time we saw it. I mean, look at the case of the 2 missing mothers. that ended up they found them buried, like that's a good example of a case for you. They just kept their mouth quiet, got what they needed, did what they needed to do, and then all of a sudden it was like, bam, there's 20, like 20-person convoy or whatever. Like it was pretty intense. Let me see. Is there anything? We're only like at the hour mark. We didn't really go that far over the hour mark. But I think I'm just going to save everything else for later. Because I wanted to go over like the lie detector and stuff with you guys. Like how like all that goes, but I think that'll take a little while. So we'll just do that on our next live. Now, before you guys leave this chat and before you guys go to bed tonight, I want to answer this question or figure out, give me an answer next time I see it, who and where did Seth say that he took the polygraph and it was inconclusive because he fell asleep? If anyone knows where I can find that. And also Chris Proudfoot taking a polygraph through the TBI and passing it. Like I was trying to look for that stuff everywhere. Like everywhere. Wonder what the noise was she heard that night. I'm wondering, Barbie, if it was him just in the room. Like, I mean, I wonder if it was him, maybe it was him climbing out the dang window. Or maybe it was him just being a, 15-year-old boy and he hit his toe on the bed and he wasn't supposed to be up. Like I don't know. But I don't know if I would necessarily like go in there and look. But then again, I would want to think that I would. But then again, I'm kind of like, I'm not a parent, but I can imagine having a 15-year-old, and you're trying to get them to go to sleep and they don't want to go to sleep. You finally get them in there and then you hear a noise and you're like, would you just be quiet and go to bed? Like, I could see me doing that. I'm not a parent, but I could see me doing that and not going in and checking, like just assuming like that they're okay. They just are being, little weird. They're just like, they're being weird in their bedroom. They're staying up late. They're like hitting their toe. They're falling out of their bed. Do something like, it depends on how hard the thud was. Do you know what I mean? If it was just like I don't know if you could even hear that. Like if there's just like that, I don't think that I would necessarily like get out of bed. That might've been really loud because it was in the mic. But if it was like where if I felt like, it's going to hurt my child, what the heck happened? Then yeah, I would get up. But Pascal or T or Dolly. Yeah, I was probably about to say. I figured there was none. Because the only thing that I found is a snip message from a TikTok or something that is from his mother, from Seth Roger's mom. But it's not even on her page. It's on like another page. I don't even know. I'm like, this is all. So I don't know. I don't know where I can find it. I wish I could find it. If you guys have it, if you could send it to me, I hate being that person, but I've scoured the internet, my internet's titaniumbuiltboo@gmail.com. And I'll just love you forever. Cause I would just love to see visually where that came from. But I have a feeling it's going to be our dude JLR or something, because somebody put breaking news today and they put an article from him. And I was like, uh-oh. I mean, I hate to even get my news from the news stations, but let alone JLR, No proof of Chris's poly. Yeah, I mean, well, they already said Chris was out of the area anyway. Like, they said that they have him in Memphis, so. Oh, it wasn't. Yeah, no, Doodlebug. I don't believe that then. Nope. If I don't hear a voice, it didn't happen. Nope. You heard him live, Curious Kid? Was the actual talking on the phone? I mean, like talking, like mouth is going. Like you can see his face and stuff. You know what I mean? Like you can just see him and stuff. Like he always does. Yeah. Actually, you know what I was doing? I was getting ready to change mine, like just because we were talking about different stuff. Let me go ahead and do that. I was like, I didn't save it because we listened to the dispatch calls. And plus I didn't put it in the playlist for you guys. If you guys want to watch it. We do have a Sebastian Rogers playlist. We've got all the playlist. If you are following any of the mainstream cases, we've got a playlist for it, I'm sure. The only case I know that we're not covering on this channel is Karen Reed. I've noticed that like News Nation's picked that case up. A couple other people are just now picking that case up. You know, I mean, it's going to trial now. So you would think News Nation would have been on it a little bit before now. Yeah, if that's when he's vanished. Yes, you know, Doodlebug. Nancy would have already announced it. Nope. That's what it was. That's what it was. Thank you, Doodlebug. Me and Vincent were talking about that. There's no way. There's no way. I will have to throw out my cardboard cutout. She would sit on this. She works 24/7. That video would have been recorded and out. She records a video a day, one per day. Don't you think she would have recorded that? If not, I'm going to have to pick her up and punch her out the window. Because, like, I mean, Nancy's sitting on something like that, unless the TBI is making her, which I don't think they would make her do anything. She's Nancy Grace. But if that's news, Nancy's going to be all over that like a fly on shit. Come on, guys. Right? That's what we thought. That's what we thought. Actually, I'll show it on the next member's life. I just want to keep this one without like anything too personal on there. Because people are coming after people. I thought I did, Doodlebug, and now I can't remember what it said. I'll have to look because I feel like you made me laugh. It's been crazy out there on the streets today. I don't know if you guys have been on the streets, but it's been hard out there. Hard out there. So I'm not going to keep you guys too long. I'm going to try to keep the lives between like an hour. Yeah, that's who it was, Doodlebug, and I was laughing. And I was like, who was it? And I forget. It was still talking stuff, you know. I'm like, man. But yeah, I'm gonna try to keep the lives around like an hour and a half if I can. That way I don't that way if people want to watch them on replay, it's a little bit easier. Plus, I'm here every night, you know, and I don't want to bore you guys. But I'm gonna jump off here for tonight. And I don't think anything's gonna be groundbreaking is gonna happen tonight. There's nothing that's really new. Our information's getting fed through like YouTube channels, and we got to try to decipher the shit from the good from the bad, but I want to deep dive into this stuff and figure out what's going on, figure out what's true, what's false, all the things, because I like doing that. I like figuring out things, and it's fun to do that. I did get on the Facebook discussion group today. There wasn't really anything on there that I saw. There was a person actually, though. Let me see if I have this. Look at this, guys. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Let me see if I can find it. So somebody apparently tried to, or they did, they tried to get somebody to send them money via a cash, like a credit card. I can't even find the thing now. I knew that was going to do that. I knew I should have saved the post. But apparently, like hold on, what? They paused it. That's why they paused the group. Why did they do that? It's like the one with 17,000 people. It says it will resume on April 21st at 7 a.m. Maybe they went out for the night. But I don't know if I can see the pictures. Yeah, I can. Okay. But somebody put this picture. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Somebody sent this picture, and apparently it was a scam. Now, if you got sent this picture, would you be like, yeah, that's Sebastian. Let me send you a bunch of money for this kid that it's not mine, you know? And this is the picture. Now, I want to see if they can find the other one. The one that was like they cropped it and took it because it looks a little better. But I mean, come on now. Like this is the message. That's the picture. Do not fall for this. They are so high, so low. It is 420. Maybe that's what it is. Like, and I don't think Marcus Salazar or whatever, I think they stole his picture and stuff. So don't go after him. I think that they stole his information. I'm hearing they stole this guy's information is what I'm hearing too. But if anyone comes to you, Marcus Salazar, say, I'm not going to give you my info. But apparently he kept saying, like, dude, have you got it yet? Have you gotten the card yet? And she was like, I'm going right now to get it. And like, he sent me a picture, and that's the picture. Thank you, Barbie, for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Do you see this? I mean, what? His hand isn't even real. Like looking, like I don't know. Oh man, it's crazy. But the Facebook group I'm in is it's like a private group. Let me see if I can find the name of it. I think it's just Sebastian Roger's discussion group. If I can find it. Yeah, find Sebastian Rogers case discussion. And the group is on pause, which is really weird. I guess they probably went out for the night. I mean, that's what I would say, huh? Wow. In Memphis? Damn, Aries. There's always news, huh? Since we're actually talking about the news, let me see if there's anything on Twitter about Sebastian. You know, you never know. You never know. What? Okay. Yeah. Wow. That was the father. Okay, so JLR did come in handy. He did come in handy. I don't know who interviewed who interviewed Seth, but apparently he's saying F everybody and that him and Chris Proudfoot are now going to work together to find Sebastian. So let me go over to Twitter real quick and share this with you before I jump off here. Because this is what we're going to leave off with tonight. I don't think you can get any newer than this because I have not heard this.
Me and Chris are putting our differences aside. It's not about our egos. It's about finding Sebastian.
That is true.
Me, Chris, and Katie will begin working together. And if everybody else could just fuck off and put your egos aside, help us find our son. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is the goal of this shit. If you can't get on that, get the. Me and Chris are putting our differences aside.
I love that. Now, they should have done that since the beginning. You know what I mean? I heard that there was a visual night. Yeah, I heard that. So maybe that's what it was, you know? Maybe the thing about the polygraph test things, those two things, or maybe they're true. Maybe Chris Proudfoot did take a polygraph and he passed it. And he's like, that's good with me. Or maybe they showed Seth the car telematics put him there. Maybe his cell phone put him there. His boss put him there. His coworkers put him there. You know, when you're working on a hospital or you're working like doing construction, that type of work, welding, things of that nature, you know the people around you. You trust those people. You will do anything for the people around you. They have your back. My brother's in the union and stuff like that. I just feel like, I just feel that way. But I feel like these two should have been working together since the beginning. Seth and Chris should have put their differences aside since the beginning of this case and not since today. We're at 54, 55 days, guys. Now, do you think maybe the polygraphs were right, as I was saying? Like maybe his was inconclusive because he fell asleep. Could have happened. Now, you would think with some gabapentin and a muscle relaxer, he'd be all right. I mean, I take a muscle relaxer every night and 2 gabapentins before I go to bed. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, that's just the sugar on top. You know, I feel like I'm on sleeping medicines and everything else. So I don't think that would make me pass out. But then again, it'd probably take, a club over the head to knock me out sometimes. What'd Carl say? Carl seems to be pretty reasonable. Well, what was it? The SI stuff? Yeah. Now, I don't think they should have put that out. He's 15. He's a 15-year-old kid. I mean, in my humble opinion, if I heard that, I would run even deeper. I would run even further away. I mean, that would just be me because I would be like, how am I going to come back to the whole world's watching me? Like the whole country is looking for me and now they know this happened to me. I don't know if having autism affects the way of like, I mean, I'm sure it does, but the way of like just sulking in your like thoughts. I wonder if people that have like if that have autism, if they do that, they like sulk in their thoughts and they're like, oh my gosh, like, or if they don't do that. I'm wondering if they do. I would think they would, even more so. Yeah, Rita, he did. He threw the F-bomb in there twice at the end. She was like, dang. It's usually, man, to get one out of me, you got really, really upset at me online. I usually keep it pretty good. Pretty good. But I feel for Seth and I feel for Katie. I feel for Chris. I feel for all of them. I mean, we don't know. As far as we know right now, they're saying that investigators are saying they're all cleared. I mean, not cleared. They're not in a person of interest as of right now. So, I mean, if that changes, then, we'll change it. There was a clip of it on, was it Pascal's? Because I was watching a lot of those interviews there for a minute. And then I was like, don't do any interviews for a minute. Like, Yeah, so muscle relaxer and a gabapentin. Like, he's a big dude. The only thing that gets me is he's been on that medication for like a couple weeks now. He knows what that medication is going to do to his body. Unless, he was just so dang tired and he was like, I'm checking out. Because I cannot say you will not fall asleep during a polygraph. I fell asleep during the dentist. The dentist. She was drilling in my mouth. I was supposed to hold the sucker. And I woke up and my hand was free of nothing and nothing was in there. And she said I was fired. I was like, whoops, fell asleep. I was just so exhausted. I think I told you guys about that. Oh, it was Justin on TikTok. Yes, you're right. Okay. Thanks, Doodlebug. I couldn't remember. He's done so many interviews. I stopped watching them once. I just stopped watching them. Overall, I haven't watched the last, I don't know, few at least. I feel bad for him and I feel like people might be exploiting that a little bit. And I just don't like that. Every property in the neighborhood, yes, Squeaky, thoroughly checked at least on the exterior. Sheds, dog-houses, outhouses, crawl spaces, and parked vehicles not being driven. Yeah, that's a great idea. I mean, the crawl spaces especially. Or if there's any homes that are because I know that they're doing construction. If there's any homes that are empty, which I'm sure that those people are checked, but check again. You never know. What if he somehow moved from one location to the other? Do you know what I mean? And you had checked that location and he moved over to that location. I don't know. Just go back through and check it for us. Make me feel better. But I'll be back on tomorrow evening. Tomorrow's Sunday. Maybe I'll come on a little bit earlier, but I'll be back on tomorrow. We are due for a members live. It's been a couple, how long has it been? Let's look. I think it's been a few days, like a week or so. So if I'm not on here tomorrow for one, we'll definitely do it on Monday. So, and I'll let you know over the chat. It's been since April 7th. So yeah, we need to do one. We need to do it live. You do members live. Thanks, Otto. I'm going to try to get Vincent to come in here and hang out with me one night. I'm just going to get him to sit there. And when he's not looking, just turn on the camera. You can get him in here because he looks really good. He's lost some weight or something. I don't know what he's doing. He looks darker. I'm like, what's going on with you? Getting a tan or something? What have you been doing? But so I guess they're going to work together. Yeah, I don't know. Man. But he didn't say nothing about Katie. So I wonder why he didn't say the family. I don't know. Look at me picking at it. But thank you guys for being here. Have a good night. Aries, is your surgery soon? I mean, I know it's soon, but it's not this week or anything, is it? Make sure you're okay. But I love you guys. I hope you guys all have a good night. Don't forget to let me know, Aries, and I'll be in the chat while the music's on. But thank you guys so much for being here. Like I said, if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're new to the channel and you're watching on replay, hashtag replay. If you're not new to the channel, hashtag replay. And say hashtag replay. Hello, Tanya. What am I? But you guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. And did Aries say something? Aries. This week? Oh my gosh, it is this week. Okay, I have prayers for you, Aries, and make sure that you're in this chat before you go to surgery. And let me know the morning of. I'll fire up a live at 3 a.m. if we need to. If your surgery's at 5 a.m., 3 a.m., you know? That Seth did that interview. I don't know, April. I'm gonna look for that one. That one was on JLR's Twitter. Let me throw that in the chat in case you guys want to go watch it again. This will be the link right to it. And it might take you to my Twitter and then to his, but just click on his because I reposted it. So, but thanks again. I appreciate you guys being here, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow night on our live. If you guys don't know, we normally go live around 9:15. I was a little late tonight, but tomorrow I'm gonna try to come on a little bit early. So we'll see. But thanks, guys. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bye, guys.